7 seconds.
Welcome to Never Mind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Good morning, everybody. How the heck you doing? I am Brian K. Morris, as Amy Hale just said. And we're here with another Never Mind the Furthermore for Monday, November 29th, 2021. We're almost out of November. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving weekend. We sure did. Didn't leave the house very often. And just basically stuffed our faces. And that's what American Thanksgiving's all about. But we hope you had a great one, too. So anyway, let's... we're supposed to give thanks. Well, why don't we still give thanks? I want to give thanks to Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. National Novel Writing Month has today and tomorrow left to go. If you've been at it, good for you. And we'll discuss it tomorrow on BK Minutes. But you're going to need a cover. You probably haven't thought about it yet, but you need a great cover. And if you want a fantastic cover, which is even better than great, you're going to want to check out what Jeffrey Hayes can do for you. To go to Plasma Fire Graphics page on Facebook and then plasmafiregraphics.com. Check out this vast array of covers that he's had published. He is very much in demand, and reason why: one, he's crazy talented, and two, he's really affordable. So definitely check him out. I'm using his services too. So it's Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your .com, when the look of your book matters to you, because it sure as heck matters to your readers. And we also are powered by the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check out our Facebook page and give it a subscribe. And I think we've got the rest of the night clear, but tomorrow I'll be drinking with the Davies with, he's going to talk to my good friend, Lacey Lemke. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then tomorrow night will be the Dastardly Dingoes, Brian, Jeremy, and Clyde, and Clyde and Jeremy and Aaron. Well, Clyde's on the Thursday show. Never mind. I haven't had enough coffee yet. Oh, that's more like it. Anyway, Chad and Jeremy. Sorry, I'm giving Chad another name. I'm continuing the cycle of abuse for Chad. Anyway, those three guys are going to get on. They're going to talk about some really cool subjects and really in-depth dives into pop culture and philosophy, and you're going to dig it. It's a lot of fun. So check it out tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Also, check out our Patreon page where we give you stuff for supporting me. Go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, and your name could wind up on this card at the start and beginning of the regular shows, as well as in my books. And plus, you'll get to read another chapter of The Terrors, probably this week, my brand new book that will be coming out this spring. And then after that, I'm thinking what I'll do is I'm going to serialize my last attempt to write Volcana. And it's not going to be printed because I'm going to change things up. But my patrons are going to get to see it. So if you're a completist and you like seeing that sort of stuff, go over to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and check out what we've got. And let's get that off the screen. And thank you to everyone who is a Patreon supporter. It sincerely means the world to us. It really does. And we've got comments coming in. And the first one is my host on Friday night. Oh, by the way, check out from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher Saturday night. Jody McPhee had a terrific discussion going on about copyrights, trademarks, fair use, and the whole nine yards. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But Friday morning, This gentleman was my host, and he did a spectacular job, and I hope you all thank him for it, please. Less than 20 minutes till showtime, no chat. Everyone's sleeping in today. Well, they're starting to wake up, Carl. And please, folks, if you're watching us on Facebook, please give this video a like if you enjoy any part of it. And if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you could. And ding that little bell so that you can be notified of all of our appearances. And Carl Wisman's still fighting here with Nano Right No More. Yeah, the discipline could get to you, right, Carl? Anyway, no, proud of you for getting in on that. Seriously. And Donna, Carleen, hello to you. Mwah, good morning to you, and hello to the skunk rocker. And he's asking how Donna is, and Carl Witzman says, puts back a hand to the forehand. Oh, writing news. Why have you forsaken me? Excuse me while I wallow for a moment in self-pity. I go by the old Jack London saying that I don't wait for it's to the effect of I don't wait for the muse to show up. I go looking for her with a club. So anyway, doing great. How are you doing today? Says Donna to Skunk. And oh, shut up, Carl. My voices haven't spoken to me for over a year. And hugs for Donna. Hugs to you both. I've got enough voices in my head. I don't worry about that. But maybe one of these times we'll address writer's block. And I keep talking about this one book by J. Michael Straczynski. You notice I'm keeping it by my desk here, so you know how much I draw from it. But he has an excellent thing here on writer's block and how he gets around it. So it's a pretty good book. I do recommend it to people. And so I made a mistake since the Skunk Rocker American Trucking Simulator was on sale over the weekends on Steam. So I went ahead and bought a copy because I have friends online who like to play it together. And it's very addicting because I drive for a living. That's one of my favorite things to do. So just apparently I can't get enough of it at work. And I'm, maybe somebody will make a writing game. That we all sit in the corner and we just put our chins on our fists and stare into infinity. And whoever can do it the longest and come up with a page of copy, they win. Carl Witzman, what if all I have left is the ability to make people laugh until they wet their pants? Am I to be a comedy diuretic forever? Think of the blood pressure you could lower, Carl. You're kind of like the anti-me. I kind of raise blood pressure. But, oh, Carl, do not despair. Your talent has not fled you. It is merely resting. So, no, seriously, if anyone has trouble with writer's block, I recommend going over any notes you have. Think about your ending and then work backwards. Or also just let it sit for a few days and let your subconscious take over. I've got a story that I want to pitch to Charles F. Milhouse for Pulp Reality 4, and it's coming together so fast. It really is. And I've just been working on other things. That's how I get it done. Oh, divine coffee, how I need you this morning. Anyway, wow, Skunk. Carl, who is this Carl you speak of? I get what you mean, Skunk. And good morning to Sarah. Wow, hope you had a great weekend, sweetheart. Good to see you here. As always, everyone saying hello to each other. And showtime, that's right. And we're only 9 minutes behind. Not bad. And yeah, but it's the only thing I can do in my downtime right now when I'm not working on other projects. I really can't continue on the BK script and not mine, until I hear back from everyone. That's yeah, and that's a script worth waiting on. Seriously, get them. The thing is, Skunk, what I do sometimes, I would set a deadline for these folks, and if you didn't already, say, hey, listen, I need it within a week or 2 weeks, whatever you think is a reasonable amount of time to go over your script, and then you'll just have to say, if you don't get back to me, I'm going to move on. So anyway, it's a tough crowd today, Sarah, so it seems. And heads up, Carl. And I'm glad there isn't an IT simulator, although I could cut and paste. Have you tried turning it off and back on? Oh, can you imagine this? I would love to write for that IT game, though. I could just imagine all the stupid complaints we could make up for it. I had a friend I used to work with. She couldn't understand why her mouse didn't work. And so I said, well, show me what you're doing with it. Because it's easier to get to me, and I was fairly computer fluent in my department at the water company, as opposed to getting to IT, which was a bit of a chore sometimes. But she took her mouse and goes, I don't understand. It stops doing. Then she took it on the table and went wham, 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 wham. And after my heart started again. I told her, I think I know what's wrong with your mouse. And I just put on my like Sarah. Oh yeah. Please, folks. I have a love from Clyde Hall. Clyde Hall, I love you. Hope your weekend went as well as it could. That's all I can say. And everyone, we've got 10 people on the YouTube right now, and I don't know how many likes I have right now, but I sure like them. And on Facebook, I only have one love. So any reaction you can give me helps me in the search algorithm. So I ask selfishly. Please give us a reaction, all right? And Mike Jimmy Lotion de Bruin, good morning, Nevermore. Is Mike Jimmy, how are you this morning, my friend? Life with Cora number 4. Getting ready to fund there. And Skunk Rocker says that's the second time somebody has mentioned a Carl with a K. Begin to be very suspicious of both of you. You ought to be suspicious of Carl anyway. Behind that kindly facade, beats the heart of a mad gasser killer. And Michael Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says, I hope your weekend was wonderful and your week is going to be the same. My weekend really went well. Like I said, see, we had a couple problems. One was that we were supposed to be at what I thought was going to be a really good show in West Des Moines, Iowa, which is going to be like a 6 or 7 hour drive for us. But we did it gladly because of Jen Thompson, who we adore, who put together the Indie Author Book Expo in Peoria last year. She's an old friend of mine. Means we've been friends a long time. She is youthful and vibrant. But anyway, late last week, we got the word that she and her husband had contracted COVID. But fortunately, all they had last time I talked to her were mild cold symptoms. So, but anyway, they canceled the event, and wisely so. Wisely so. Although Michaela, Jade, and Michaela, who was supposed to be there, and I were talking about, we should have offered to take it over because we've got the moxie to do it. And between the two of us and Cookie, we could make that thing run. But we just didn't think of it until until the other day. And it's like, well, crap, we should have said something. Then the show could go on. But anyway, be that as it may, we spent the weekend here. Now, the thing was, in prep for the show, Cookie and I had our Thanksgiving dinner was Saturday or Sunday before. So we had our dinner like a week ago, a week before we were supposed to, and so we had to make something. We had to get something for Thursday to have an official Thanksgiving. We went out and got Kroger sushi, which actually they've got one here in West Lafayette, just across the river, that they make it fresh on premises, and it's good. It's really good. So we were watching the old Universal Mummy films while eating grocery store sushi, and we found a key lime pie with no dairy in it that is actually delicious. And thank you to everyone who's given us a reaction on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for hearing my plea. I appreciate it so very much. But anyway, so we had our Thanksgiving meal, and we're almost done with the Dracula volume right now. I think House of Dracula is our next film in the series. So we'll have 2 out of the 6 done in a couple of days. And we had a really good weekend. And Mike, Jimmy, I know it's not your holiday, but I hope you had a great weekend too. Yeah. So anyway, lots of that coming down today. And good man, oh dark Pope, the dark mistress of the dark Church of the Rising Tide, has given her blessings, and I think that ends it too. And Carl Whitsman says, Skunk and Donna are ignoring me. Perhaps I passed on and am now haunting this chat rather. Well, you're welcome here all the time. You did such a good job. Maybe it's like a VR simulation, like the old series VR5, and you're trapped in here forever. And Eric Hawkins, glad to see you, sir. Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, Brian Rodman, and myself every Thursday night. We will be talking about comic books on Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. 6 Central. By the way, how far behind? I'm not too far behind. So anyway, I had a good weekend because I got a whole bunch of stuff. First of all, my package from Kara Nicole came in. 52 card pinup, and this is a volume of some of her amazing cosplay, and I can show it on the screen. She didn't. I didn't ask for that edition. Anyway, no. She's beautiful. She's one of the smartest people I know, and she does marvelous, some marvelous on model cosplay that she's Velma. And anyway, I got that plus the card set, also signed by Kara. This is the card deck, and it has a lot of the images and more on the cards themselves. It's not like a regular deck of cards. But to give you an idea, see? It's upside down. See? And she's even got a blank card you can put on what you want. She is the wild card here. So I got that over the weekend. I was very happy. I was very happy because I was tracking it, and it's like it said it should have been here a week ago Friday, and it turned out that we're just at by 9 o'clock it should reach like the Denver, Colorado mailing center, and I'm like, my heart, I wept openly. Oh, I might have to look for that. I dropped some stuff out of here. She sent me a key to her heart, no doubt, and a poker chip, and also a kitchen magnet with Kara's lovely visage on it, and plus, I'm not covering anything up. I do have to be careful where I place my hands on here, and plus some Kara cash, the cosplay union of Kara, and we've got that in 1,000. And I support cosplay sticker. I do. And the 10,000 denomination. All right. With the fire bitch there. And also larger cards of Kara. Always a treat. She's a darling. I love her. And we got that package. I was going to do a package reveal, but I thought I got it like Friday, and I'm like, I can't wait 3 days to open this. Oh my God, I don't have that kind of discipline. So anyway, and then we made our monthly trip. I probably should show this during Comic Book Spectrum, but they got a brand new shipment of stuff at comic graphic novels at our local Ollie's. And that's always a treat to go through them. But this is what I've been looking for ages. It's Mad Presents Superman and the Miserable Run, No Fun, Really Bad Day by Dave Corrado and Tom Richmond. This is hilarious. This is a wonderful, wonderful book. Even the legalese has a little something in here. You open it up. The artwork is amazing. And among all the legalese, it says, though Alfred E. Newman wasn't the first to say a fool and his money are soon parted, here's your chance to prove the old adage right. Subscribe to Mad Magazine. It is so much fun. It really is. It was a really good book for $3. And then I got the trade paperback of Your Pal Archie. It's got scripts and inks by my friend Ty Templeton, and pencils by Dan Parent, who created Kevin Keller. The first openly gay character in the Archie universe. And this is a wonderful series, and I can now replace my floppies with that. Plus, I got when I went last month, I got the second volume of the new version of the Black Hood. And this time they had issues 1 and 3, so I have the complete set now. I'm very happy to say. And then The Hangman by Frank Thierry and Felix Rees, really fun take on the classic Golden Age character, and then another revival of the Mighty Crusaders, which I grew up really digging. And so I was really happy with that haul there. $20, and I got something like how much? So if you don't have an Ollie's near you, you should move. I'll estimate this book probably at least $15. So let's say 15, 33, 33, lots, yeah, 63, 63, $90 worth of books for $20.
Cool.
How's that for economy?
I know how to save even more.
Shut up. But you can't put a price on that kind of happiness, so shush. And if I read them, I'm quiet for that long.
No, you're not.
I am too. I don't hear a thing. Anyway, no, that was my haul from Ollie's this week. Now, your Ollie's may have different products. They don't all get the same thing, so check them out. It's a good place to get some fairly recent graphic novels. Let's see. Yeah, 2018 for the Crusaders. 2017 for Hangman. Black Hood was 2017. Your pal Archie should be I think it's fairly recent. Yeah, 2018. And the Mad Book is about the same time too. So, these books are about 3 or 4 years old, and I got them at a substantial savings. The most I paid for any of them was, I think, $5 for this one because it's a thicker book, and it's worth it. But anyway, check it out. Check out your local Ollie's. Keep your eyes out for bargains. And Carl Witzman, hey, Mike, Jimmy, and Ted Davies Artistry. Good morning to you. Good morning, all. Chris, Calypso, and I are watching. Hello, family. How are you? And it's good to see you, Christine and Calypso. Oh, hi, Ted. Much success this week, everyone. You too. Check out the cool stuff that Ted's doing on his channel. And everyone's saying, and the Eric Hawkins has arrived, and Ted, and Random, Carl. I love random funnies. You couldn't get more random than this show. And hello to Christine and Calypso, too. And if you like random, that explains why you like me. I think we could hold a therapy group here. And I'm kind of awake, maybe. Well, Sarah, we'll see what we can do to perk you up here. How's that sound? And Mike Jimmy Lorcha de Bruin says, for y'all who haven't heard yet, Life on Korra number 5 is coming January 14th. Be sure to sign up for some awesome discounts right now on Indiegogo. Check out that beautiful, beautiful looking book. And yes, Sarah. And creators having Cyber Monday sales on Amazon. I thought about it and I didn't get it done in time. So I may do something on Smashwords. So we'll see. But I will be promoting today. And I've been promoting a number of my friends. Now, if you want to help create, we creators, folks, Carl, Donna, all y'all, I want y'all to post something on your page and make sure it's shareable. And then I'll post it on my page. You post my stuff. We all share each other's stuff and get the word out. And it does help. Believe me, it does. And greetings from the prairie from Mark Leonard. Mark, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Hope your coffee is hot this morning and you're at your profitable job. And hope you and I sent you an email a couple of days ago. Hope you like it. Ted Davies says, Chris and I changed the lock since Carl got in the house. Just saying. Gosh, why would you do that? And just because all your cigarettes and all your liquor is gone doesn't mean Carl was there. And I don't have writer's block. I have writer's procrastination. Yeah, it reminds me of a story years ago. I read Paul Stanley's, or actually I listened to the audiobook of Paul Stanley's autobiography. Paul Stanley, the singer, rhythm guitar, and songwriter of Kiss. Co-writer, I should say, because the others have done some too. But anyway, part of their early fame was due to the fact they went on the road and they toured. They hit the road hard. And after about 2 years of solid road travel and releasing 3 albums in that space of time, which even for the early 70s was unheard of. Anyway, they were told by their manager, okay, we're going to put out another album. And they're like, we don't have any songs. We're exhausted. We're touring and promoting. We don't have time to write. And he said, you make time. You've got time in the, instead of seeing all those girls, why don't you write some music? And Paul was like, but we're not inspired. We're exhausted. And he goes, and their manager at the time, Bill Alcoyne, said, you want inspiration? Look at the bills. You'll get inspired. So I like that. So does Cookie, I think. Yes. But the thing is, it worked because one night they decided they were going to buckle down and do some writing, and Paul knocked on Gene's door, and he said, I've got this I've got this chorus that I think is really good, but I don't have anything to write around it. And Gene says, "Well, I have the opposite problem. I've got this, I've got this pretty good lyric pattern that I'm developing, but I don't have a chorus or a title for it yet." And he goes, "Well, tell me what you got, Gene." And Gene says, and it was something like, "You show us everything you've got." And then Paul was like, "Well, I've got this chorus. It's like, I want to rock and roll and party all day." They combined the two, hammered it out, became one of their biggest hits on their live album. So, procrastination is fine. Procrastination is fine. Writer's block is just another name for not getting all the synapses to fire in order. And Ted sprayed a lot for Breeze. Ted, I still say you should have left a note saying, "I smoke these cigars," signed Ted, and that would put her on. That would put Chris off the scent, so to speak. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to get an additional bookcase. A good thing. Sarah, having all the bookshelves in the world is not a bad thing at all. And I don't procrastinate. I'm just taking my break for the wonderful Fez Man. Mike, Jimmy, and I love you for it. I really do, dude. Please check out Life with Cora. And also, we've got an old episode of Clever Title Pending with Mike, Jimmy, Lorshin de Bruin, and he was fantastic. What a wonderful gentleman. And speaking of wonderful gentlemen, there's Brian Rodman. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. I hope everyone had a fantabulous Thanksgiving weekend. I am much fatter than I was before it started, so I call that a win. My specific gravity did not drop much, so let's put it that way. Robin and I got most of our Christmas decorations up, and our house is looking merry and bright. Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho. Also Brian's street name. That's true. Yeah, just ask for Mary. That's me, especially on weekends. And Rick Bradley, good morning, Nevermornings. Good morning to you, superstar. Hope you're having a great morning, as are you, Ryan Permison. Thank you for sharing, as always. Carl Weston said, "I had a guy who put the mouse up to the screen and tried to move the cursor that way like it was a magnet." Really, I have witnesses. Carl, having dealt with some of the problems in my department, you notice that I don't look surprised. Yeah, it's like, you hear all those horror stories about, the cup holder isn't working on the on my computer. Yeah, the the pain is real, folks. And Nicholas Tockert, good morning to you, brother. Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm very excited to be working on several projects, writing and reorganizing my study. Well, good for you. And I've taken to making dribs and drabs about trying to reorganize this room, and it's going to happen one day, as God is my witness. And my ex-husband is a Carl with a K. Okay, I knew an old friend of mine that I knew from my book nook days, my comic shop days up in Champaign. Her fellow was a Carl with a K too. Now that I think of it. Anyway, Ryan Permison, good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? I'm doing well because I bought tons of stuff from small businesses and creators. Excellent. And today, Ryan, I know you're not big on cyber, but today's a good day to do cyber shopping. And we will be having stuff. We'll be putting the word out. I don't know that we'll have, maybe next year, because I got a lot done. I got my newsletter done, which, by the way, you can sign up for if you haven't already. It's absolutely free. You can get it at risingtide.pub, along with my books, and see latest episodes of our stuff. So check it out. Anyway, Ryan Permison, subscribe to the Nerd Culture channel for great nerdy content. And in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of And I Quote with writer and podcaster Russell Allen. Yes, and in case you missed this too, check out the Star Trek First Contact 25th anniversary watch along. And join us Saturday at 12 with illustrator Jeffrey Hayes. Plasmafire Graphics will look at your book matters to you. We'll also be taking your questions, so do not miss this thing. Definitely. That sounds great, Ryan. Good work. And Carl Wisman, Sarah, I looked down at that comment and thought Donna had typed it dead. Okay. And today and tomorrow, Mike, Jimmy, Lorsha de Bruin will be finishing off Life on Cora, last 5 pages. Oh, screw that man with the hammer. There you go. And Kara rocks, and so do you, Mike, Jimmy. You rock so hard. You are awesome. And have you ever had a project, asked Nick Tucker, that went boink? Oh, if only I could say no. After 21 episodes of running an RPG online, I am now setting to be a mere player. However, the character has manifested his own Twitter, and he wants And now the character has kidnapped Nick Tucker and won't let him finish his sentence there. No, I've had many projects kind of like, and I just move on, because for every project that goes poof, I've got about 10 to replace it. And Ryan Purvisson invites you to be on, and I quote, Saturdays at noon Eastern. And if you need to be pre-recorded, he can do that very thing. It's friendly conversation. You can promote your projects, and you can sign up on Calendly right down there. And ideas, says Sarah. We get a card for Luke and Zim, like a chain letter. If it's a list of who wants to participate in sending a Get Better card to sign, send it to the next person, mail to the next person, and mail to them from the Rising Tide Network. Thoughts? I think that's a super idea, Sarah. I really like that. I did see a thing over the weekend that Randy Zimmerman is off the ventilator. And I think he's up to taking cards now and everything. So that's cool. Haven't heard anything new about Luke though. And let's see. Nick Tucker says, have a character run roughshod through their minds, stirring up projects. Yeah, every now and then it's Volcana. Right now it's the Terrors. They want a sequel, and I haven't even gotten the first book out yet. But we definitely want to finish in the next couple of years. We want to finish Volcana. And I finally have a handle on that one. But we'll be serializing my previous attempts. And you can see how my first drafts have improved over the years if you follow me on Patreon. But anyway, Sarah, I think it's a great idea. We can make that happen. And the IT simulator, says the Scout Crocker, there is a PC building simulator that I've seen on Steam. That's kind of the same thing. And Morning All from the Destin Small Press Publisher had a blast hanging out with you, Joe D. McPhee, on Saturday night. Check out that episode. It was really, really good. Morning All, hope all is well. I'm in the office today and feeling a certain way about being around people again. Yeah, I know. We went out on Saturday morning with Cookie's best friend, and I'm like, oh my God, people. It's like, must we people today? It was quite an unpleasant experience being around humans again. Which is why I want to write this once. I have a couple stories running around my head, and both of them involve, or actually I've got 3 of them, and 2 of them involve artificial people, and 1 involves a ghost. So it's like I tell people I've been practicing social distancing almost every day since 2012. I'm ready for it. It's like, I'm holding my beer. I've got this. Anyway, yeah, I understand, Joe. I understand completely. And poor Jody, I feel his pain. I really do. And Brian Rodman says, well, this weekend we announced the official logo of the Midnight Mason and the Curse of the Black Knights when a mysterious note is telegraphed into the Military Intelligence Division, claiming an occult power is rising in the East. General Jack Polton knows only one man for the job. The Midnight Mason is the Shadow meets Indiana Jones in a suspenseful pre-World War II new pulp adventure coming to Pulp Reality #4 in 2022. The all-seeing eye is watching you. And so be sure to pick up your copy next year. Definitely. And that is great. I'm so looking forward to that. We talked earlier about the subconscious taking over. And I've been looking for a character that I've been wanting to write for a couple of years. It's not quite the one I want to write, but it's a variant of it. But it's a story about a doppelganger, from the doppelganger's point of view, because I was kind of inspired by Amy Hale's book Neurosis, and I've been looking for a good name for the character, and then I'm just sitting typing, and then all of a sudden the voice in my head said, my name is, and told it to me, and I'm like, yep, you're right, it is. I wrote it down, made sure I put it in my notebook, and so we'll be getting to you soon, Darcy. Anyway, and Sarah says, I used to game a lot on Steam. I think I might have an account there. I'm not sure. Eric Arkin says, I got no ollies. Oh, Eric, move closer to me. There's a really nice one in Terre Haute, Indiana. I've been to the one in Kokomo, Indiana. That's pretty cool too. The one in Buffalo, New York is not too bad, but it doesn't have as many graphic novels as I'd like. The one here in Lafayette is terrific. I do like it. And Joe D, just keep thinking about sucking down that sweet, sweet pension money. Yeah, that's right. And and bourbon at night. And Ollie's just opened up in our town. They have a lot of stuff there for sure. Oh, there's the Ollie's in Marion. OMG. Got to book me a date down there soon. And well, apparently you can. It's $20. Okay. And what is Ollie's? Ollie's is like Big Lots. It's a closeout store, Sarah. Where manufacturers can basically, if they've got a lot of it, can dump it in there to be resold at a huge, huge discount. Ollie's is like Big Lots in that they have food, some electronics, toys, yard stuff, housewares, clothing. It's one of the few places actually I can find pants in my size, and I bought like 3 pairs of slacks recently for $10 a piece, and they fit. Now the buttons were really good. We had to replace the buttons on them. They were real cheap. You could practically break them between your fingers, but for $10, and I've got buttons, believe me. But yeah, it's close out, but they usually have like a decent selection of both graphic novels, like this, and they also have like 10 packs of comics, and I've seen stuff in there from the 80s. And it's just random comics. There's no order to them whatsoever. But I found some incredible bargains. But like I said, I bought nearly $100 worth of graphic novels and spent $20. And 20 includes your coloring book too. And because I bought a coloring book for Cookie to practice her coloring. So I was very happy about that. It made me joyous. But yeah, it's Sarah, what we may do is if we ever have SarahCon, you're not that far from Terre Haute. Maybe we'll take you to Terre Haute. How's that sound? Anyway, the Ollie's in town has the completed collection of the New York Times cartoons in a double hardback set. $100 normal price, and they have it for $20. That's where I picked up the 15-volume book of the original L. Frank Baum Wizard of Oz series for myself, and I got another set for Eric Hawkins. You can get some really fierce bargains in there. Some really good stuff, and they have like a lot of interesting foods and stuff. It's just a really fun shopping experience. It's like a big ass rummage sale. And I find if I go in there once a month, I usually have a good selection of new graphic novels coming. That's where I picked up the complete set of the hardcover Miracle Man books with Alan Davis covers, with all kinds of extra stuff in it. That I think they normally retail between the 3 of them something like $60, and I got them for about 20. Under 20. So I was real happy with that. Yeah, Ollie's is a great place, Sarah. Scott Crocker says, for those who do not have an Ollie's in your area, it's a wholesale reseller of goods that other places couldn't sell. They purchase those goods and sell them at a discount. Yeah, I know that occasionally Marvel and DC and Archie empty out their warehouses and let Ollie's take it up. I think they also, that one book chain, Hastings, when Hastings went under, I think they bought up their comic stock too and resold that. It's a great place. You can really get some great bargains there, and good food and everything. And competitors would include Big Lots and Gabe's. Yeah, we don't have a Gabe's anywhere in this area, but I know about it. And thank you, Skunk. We agree with Sarah. And Carl, I'm almost at 20 years in. If I was about 10 years older, I'd be thinking about calling it a day. Well, yeah, occasionally some businesses have that. What is it? Like 20 for 20 or 20 for 25. We had it at the water company at one point because we went through a number of acquisitions when I was there. It started out privately owned, then it was sold to a German water company, who then sold it to a British water company, who then sold it to an American water company. So we got sold about 4 times in the years I was there. And during one of the transitions, they said, I think this was trying to lighten the employment load. They said, okay, anyone who's been here like 25 years, will give you full pension. Will consider you fully invested in the pension fund. And they had so many people take them up on it, they had to quit. They had to stop it because they were running out of people. So that should have been my first clue about the place, probably. Pouring more coffee. There we go. More coffee. All right. Yay. So anyway, but yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, take a full pension and then be able to do your creativity all day long, knowing you've got money coming in. That's pretty cool. And Nick Tucker says, "I just finished my Cyber Monday business shop for work. I'm kind of checking. I do have my eye on a couple of things. Comixology has like a free month. I want to try that out. Try their unlimited out for reading. Plus, they have a lot of stuff on sale today, so I'm going to check that out. And Molly Daniels, mwah, good morning. Greetings. I survived my glaucoma test at the eye doctor this morning. No alcohol was needed. They finally figured out how to deal with my phobia. So, well, I could probably take a few stiff drinks before I get my glaucoma test, too. So I don't blame them. My doctor won't give him to me. She knows I'd be dancing on the table, swinging my shirt over my head, probably. But anyway, I hope it came out well, Molly. Last time I got a glaucoma test, they said I don't have glaucoma. I'm no danger of that, but in about 10 years, I can expect to have cataract surgery or sooner. But there's like 4 stages, she said, and I'm in the early stages of 1, and I don't see any bad things about my eyesight yet. Cookie told me about hers. So, and Skunkcracker says, I have a query. Would it be permissible to link here a friend of mine? I don't see why not. If you're talking about promoting them, feel free. Just keep in mind, Skunk, that you'll have to, you're probably more effective to write out like the word dot, rather than put a period in. You get around the algorithms on YouTube that way. But if you want to, or if you want to bring them over here, we have no problem with that. Please share us. And Ollie, similar to TJ Maxx or Marshalls, more like Marshalls. I'm not really familiar with TJ Maxx that much, but yeah, it's kind of like Marshalls. A lot of resale stuff. Not exactly high end though. So I will say that. And you'll get there, Joe D. Make yourself a chart and cross off all the months as they go by. Or keep a running tote as Dan Hollifield does. So, and similar but less close, more housewares. Yeah, there we go. Close, stupid VTT. Okay. And Molly Daniels, came home last week to discover Christmas is thrown up in my living room. Thank you, kids. Oh, I understand. And there she is, Michaela J. Mwah, hello from the land of a full-time writer. Hey, welcome aboard. How does it feel, hon? Welcome to my world. And like I say, we've replaced the 9 to 5 with a job that takes up every waking moment. And hello, Michaela and Molly Daniels. Oh, Molly, by the way, I'm trying to read all the books that I've got piled up on my floor, and I'm reading Kenzie's right now, Teacher's Pet. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. And Brian Robbins says, I find when the writers or artist block hits me hard, I take the time to relax and ingest some inspirational content. Beautiful. That usually gets the juices flowing, gets me motivated. Never be afraid to chase rabbit trail ideas when you're in the middle of another project. How do you think I got the next 20 years of stories planned out? Yeah, that's true. I got, in fact, when I went full time, Bloodshot was not going to be my first book. I actually had one that was loosely, well, I should say it was more inspired by an 1894 book that I had just read called A Master of Mystery. And it wasn't very well written. It was an effort to slog through that thing, but I love the character, and it kind of inspired. I took it, like with Volcano, I kind of took it to the next level. And this is a guy, he investigates, and I am going to get back to him, because I really want to write his stories. I really love the character, but he's basically an investigator of phony mediums. And because at the time spiritualism was a huge movement worldwide. Arthur Conan Doyle believed in it. Harry Houdini did not, because he had been a carny and he knew the tricks that they used, and he went around debunking them, actually, as did James Randi later on. But anyway, this character was one that He hated phony mediums, phony spiritualists, and he fought tooth and nail to take them down. But in the process, he wound up basically pissing off the people closest to him at the time. And so here's this man who is a man of means, and he uses his wealth to travel the world to investigate these things. And he loses relationships along the way. And and I see this balance of, all I have to do is just shut up and I can keep my friends, but his ethics drive him on. So I'm going to get to it in the next couple of years, I'm thinking. And that'll be fun. And Molly Daniels, I figured Christmas would have puked in our house, but it hasn't yet. Darn kids. Well, I don't have any kids. I'm going to have to throw up myself. So Dolly, Carlene, ever notice on the 60s and 70s drama that if it was Carl with a C, it was a good guy, and Carl with a K was a bad guy? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. A lot of my villains tend to have hard letters like K's in them. What drove that home was an old comic series called Captain Action, where, you had Clive Arno and his son, those good guys. And, and then you had Krellick. I think his name was like Carl with a K, Krellick. And there's something about that hard K that's, that K with a Carl with a K sort of thing. Maybe you ought to keep an eye on that guy in your house, is what I'm saying. I'm saying, there's evil there. There's evil, I tell you. Anyway, that's why we love him. And Brian Rodman, where can I get the nebulizer? I would say BrianRodman.com would be a great place. And Donna has finally figured it out. This Carl Wisman, but has she figured it out in time? And Molly says, Michaela Jade, I'll send mine over. They did a great job. And I'll have them come up here while we're just a little out of the way. And Carl, I figured out a long time ago, girls do love their bad boys. I just didn't comment on it. And they love their terrible boys, which is why Cookie adores me. And I have to concur. Ryan did a great job of putting me at ease November 6th. There we go. It was when he started out saying, does this smell like chloroform, Molly? Anyway, Nick Tucker, eventual gaming advice. Typing with these new braces is a bloody treat. Oh, new braces. Oh, cool. As opposed to the cobbled together ones last time I saw you. Dude, good for you. Hope it does some good. And for me, it's Uncle Charles trying to fix my unfinished works in progress. He needs to stay in his own trilogy. You can't have him running rampant, says Molly Daniels. Mine is Volcana going, okay, when are we getting out? And Volcana is like 6.5 years. So I suppose I should get back to it. Skycracker, that was back in the 80s too, Donna. Just look at Die Hard. Yeah, there we go. And hey, Grant Lankard, good to see you, man. Hey guys, my first NF, never mind the furthermore in a week. Dude, if you wanted to take a break from me, dude, all you had to do was just not show up rather than have a heart attack. Of course, I do say that I don't get heart attacks, but I am a carrier. Grant, we're glad you're doing better. Glad you're feeling better, man. Glad you're up and about again. And hey, Grant, we agree. Grant, it's good to see you, man. You take care of yourself, fella. Got that? And True Skunk, but I'll still love Die Hard forever, as will we all, Donna, Carlene. And Skunk, someone needs to tell the dude at the Hardee's drive-thru to social distance. I get that he's 7 foot tall or whatever, but he doesn't have to lean all the way out the window into my window. Holy cats. Who's he thinking? He's Glenn Strange or something? And that was freaking creepy. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm just envisioning that. Eek. And okay, Donna, I shaved my head, but do I have to crawl through the vents again? Well, yippee-i-o-tie, Carl. Rick Bradley says, I would live in West Frankfurt, so the Ollie's is... it's in West Frankfurt. I would have thought Marion would have one, or Charleston. Interesting. I know where West Frankfurt is. And greetings from Smokey, my curious kitten, says Molly Daniels. Oh, I think the cat needs to take a typing class or two. Grant Lanker says, I think never mind the furthermore folks will feel my pain. I have to switch to decaf with no cream or sugar. Ugh. Coffee went from one of my favorite things to one of my least. My cardiologist told me to stop drinking caffeinated coffee. I told him, I said, dude, my heart would stop if I did. I can't have that. I said, I'll do some other, we'll negotiate my health here. We'll do some other things. But I've drunk mine black for years. The thing is, Grant, what really switched me, I used to take like massive amounts of sugar and cream in mine. And I still do occasionally, just as kind of like a dessert coffee. But but we attended a lecture, and this is about 30 years ago. There was a local coffee shop in Champaign that had a professional coffee buyer in, and he explained how he puts together the blends, because what you get, no matter where you go, is not the same bean throughout. It's usually a blend of other regions. They just share a genus, not necessarily common origin. And after that, and he talked about, very much like wine, how really, really good coffee, when properly brewed, has levels of flavor. And um, it's like it got to the point where I could tell. I'm a little rusty at it, but I could tell, like, an African coffee from a South American to one that might have been grown, like in Hawaii, like Kona coffee. And most of what you get here in the States is Kona coffee, is a Kona blend, because if you got pure Kona, it'd be far too expensive. But anyway, we learned to really appreciate black coffee. And you may find in time you do the same, Grant. So, and anyway, you also can get alternatives, like fat-free stuff, and maybe one of the artificial sweeteners, although I don't really like any of them anymore. And that Creepy Hardy's guy, next villain and Skunk's next work, yeah. And I'm just envisioning this drive-through from hell, where the killer is inside the Hardys, and he's tall like Frankenstein. And when you come to pick up your order, but your server comes to pick you up, and pulls you out of the car and kills you. Anyway, oh, Smokey comedy kid, she was sniffing you, BKM. It has to start somewhere, Molly. All right. Hi, Smokey. Good morning. And how do you like my coloring books I posted on Facebook? Yes, sir. I did like them. Those were funny. Those were really good. And decaf. Oh, poor Grant, says Carl Witzman. And Sarah, I'm definitely ready for a Sarah Con. I'm ready for it, too. I really am. We need to organize one. I can't do it on the 11th. I'm out of town, unfortunately. And Michaela Jason is next month is only Christmas, but it'll be Dragon Naming Month. Pics and info coming to my social media soon. Oh, we get to name the dragon? Oh, how very cool. And my dad had cataract surgery and was fine. I think he'll be okay. Yeah, well, Cookie had it a couple of years ago. And I have to say that the prospect of being able to read a book without glasses again is very appealing. Um, and she came through 100%. So you can't complain. So yeah, I'm not saying like I can't wait for it to happen, Grant, but I don't fear it the way I did, because I'm very sensitive around my eyes. Because otherwise, I'd wear contacts, not just glasses. But anyway, thank you, Grant. I appreciate the reassurance there. And Rick Bradley, we did quite a bit of Christmas shopping at Ollie's for the kiddos. Found the Stranger Things D&D box set for cheap for Donovan. Lots of stuff for Aliana. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff cheap, just like their slogan. And Ted Davies Artistry says Lacey Lemke on TED Talks tomorrow at 10 a.m. live. Oh, that should be fun. I am normally I try to make the live broadcast, Ted. I really do. If nothing else, I go back and give it a like and watch it later. Because Tuesdays is one of our errand days, and we may be going out and get our COVID shots tomorrow. So yes, there is a new variant out there, folks, so please be safe. But anyway, so yeah, but anyway, I will definitely catch that, and if I can, I will come on and heckle, because Lacey, I have to say, she and we are kind of like con husband and con wife together. We just have that kind of, we just squabble, we snipe at each other, we just laugh, we have a great time, and we take care of each other, we protect each other, we need it. Miguel J says Tidbits and Scribbles will talk about writer's block and other things in New Directions tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time on her channel. Check it out and get her some subscriptions. And Nicholas Soccer says, question time: how can we as Rising Tide Network creators and fans get new eyes on our work and message? What new angles are we working in 2022? Nick, I am currently beefing up my information store. I have started watching, and so is Cookie, a couple of channels on YouTube that have helped me so far. And I'm thinking one of the things we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of a push probably in the spring. Right now with the holidays, I don't know that it's, there's a lot of things fighting for people's attention. But there's little things we can do. Nick, it sounds like you're ready to rise. If nothing else, Nick, DM me and I'll share some of what I've learned so far. I will tell you guys, work on the thumbnails. And I will be doing some things on this show and doing some experimenting so that we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. And okay, there we go. I got a notice for something. And woo, I'll try to pop in, says Molly Daniels. Yes, by all means. Yeah, we love Lacey. We really do. I'm also in the early cataract stage. They're still behaving by being slow growing. Yeah, like I said, mine are in. There's like 4 stages. My optometrist told me I'm in the first stage of 1. And she said mine may not become an issue for another 10 years. And I'll probably get hit by a truck before then, or a jealous husband will shoot me in the back. And Kyle Guthrie, you look remarkably like the skunk rocker. This is the guy that did my countdown clock. I love you, skunk. And do you like tabletop role-playing games and weirdness? I got a friend of mine who is a weirdo, furry, alternative trans artist chick from Chicago who writes supplements for pen and paper tabletop games. You should check her stuff out if that's the kind of weirdness you're into. The original cockatrice.itch.io. Oh, brother, I've got it. You know what? I have so got to check that out. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's my notes on my doppelganger. Better save that. I'm going to write that down, Skunk. I want to check her out. And Chicago, that's close to me. Original. Okay. I'm going to, yeah, I will definitely check that out. Thank you. I hope everybody else is writing that down too. That's very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Skunk. I do appreciate that. And Sarah, lips zipped about the bad boy topic. Yeah, there's bad boys and then there's bad boys, right? And Joe Dog McKeel, good morning, everyone. Joe Dog, thank you for being here. And yes, I did send. I forgot to brag. Every week on the StreamYard channel on YouTube, the 2 children, infants who created StreamYard, which we use as our broadcast base, they have a giveaway, and it's usually like a mug or a plush or a hoodie or a pillow. And last night I won. And the fun thing was, Joe, I only entered the yard twice. They have a StreamYard now has a random a tool that you can hold like giveaways with, and you key it with a specific phrase. In this case, it was hashtag the yard, like StreamYard. And I just typed it once and said, let it roll. And I got selected, and I am going to be getting a StreamYard pillow. Now, very graciously, someone sent me a StreamYard pillow a while back. Thank you, Joe. And Cookie appropriated, so now I have one. Now we got to buy a couch to put them at each end of it. And also, I get a StreamYard sweater. I'm really excited by that. It's like, that is very cool. I don't have enough sweaters. And I will wear it on this show prominently, happily. So yeah, so that was kind of fun. And thank you for that music thing you sent me. I've been Rock Sugar with Jess Harnell, the voice actor, and what a voice! And the thing is, I also, right after we signed off last night, Joe, there is a channel on YouTube I check out every now and then called The Professor of Rock, where he does a deep dive into various songs, various groups, and it's very informative, very well done. And he had Josh Harnell on recently, and I kind of passed it over because I knew they'd be talking about a lot of things that I really wasn't interested. But after hearing Rock Candy, wow, what a voice! And I love his Christmas song. If you haven't found that already, I don't remember if I sent that to you, but they have like the song that Joe Dog sent me. It was a mashup of Whole Lot of Love, Enter the Sandman, and Don't Stop, or Breakfast in America by Supertramp. And it's awesome. All four of them are good singers. It's really good. Rick Bradley said, so it's settled, Brian. You'll come to West Frankfort, shop at Ollie's, and then my house for dinner. Let me know when you'll be in town. Dude, you are so on. You seriously are so on. And it's okay, Sarah. You can talk about me. We do anyway, Skunk, but it's nothing but love. And Molly Daniels, I wasn't allowed coffee with cream 2 weeks ago. Couldn't figure out why I had a headache until they let me have iced tea on the third. Caffeine again. Yeah, Cookie is becoming sensitive to caffeine, too. And she... sorry to say, has limited herself to 1 cup of coffee a day, and now she's switching to tea. Although we have, well, Molly should know, Asia. It's a store in West Lafayette. It's an Asian food store. They have the best Earl Grey tea I have ever had in my life. This stuff is, especially when it's fresh, when you first open it up, man. The aroma just knocks you out. It's so good. And so we've been getting her that, and I've been drinking the coffee. It's a burden, but someone has to do it. Here I am carrying my load. What was that look for, woman?
You're fibbing to them again.
What am I fibbing about this time? You gotta be more specific. What about picking up the load because you refuse to take one for the team, caffeine wise?
Yeah.
Okay. What lie?
I don't think it's caffeine. I actually think it's the coffee.
The coffee itself?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay. We can experiment with that. Yeah. I'm willing to use you as a guinea pig.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. It's for science. What you looking at, honey?
Poking you in the nose. That's what I'm looking at.
I don't blame you there, but what are you looking at on your computer screen?
Recur report.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was. It's like, ooh, pretty colors, shapes. I was wondering what that was. Cookie's doing business.
Yeah.
As you were.
Okay.
All right. Joe Dog McGill said, sorry I'm late, but I'm having a passionate affair with my bed here lately. It doesn't want to stop cuddling. I say that sounds good. I have the same problem, except Cookie's in it. I think that's the reason I like cuddling in there. But it works out, right? He's ignoring me now. Anyway, Skunk, if only you knew. Sarah. But I cannot. And Joe Dog McKeel just cannot tell it no. Oh, Joe Dog, you tramp you. And don't buy any coffee, BKM. I'll be saying a bunch soon. Just saying. Yeah, and send me some work too, man. I'm waiting on it. No, I've been I realize that my job will be coming up soon, Ted, and so I'm clearing my schedule and my pantry. So thank you, Ted. Thank you, brother. And by the way, Ted, I'm now listing you as one of my credits. When I sent out a couple notices to a couple of shows recently, a lot of shows where I'm actually a guest will say, send me a current bio and picture. Well, the picture is the same one taken by Chris Pence. Love you, Chris. And the other one is, my bio. Most of it doesn't change except the credits, and depending on the length of what they need. Shut up, people. But I started listing that I'm the editor of Grimm 101 and the Zombieful World of Oz, and Heel Turn too. Excuse me. Molly Dan says, my hubby took perverse pleasure in describing his cataract surgery to me. My response knocked me out for it. I would be tempted too. I don't deal well with things around my eyes. I had the inside of my left eye. I had to have a laser scan of it one time, and the guy, he anesthetized my eyes, and I could feel I didn't feel it quite right, but I could tell he was pushing on my eyeball, and I'm like, oh, it was not a pleasant experience for Brian, but it was kind of cool seeing the surface of my eye. He showed me what a regular eye should look like, and every eye has little bumps and everything. Mine looked like an alien landscape, and my doctor says, well, it doesn't really seem to be. It should be affecting your vision, but it doesn't seem to be. Your vision is not abnormal for a person your age. It's just a little weaker than your right eye. And I said, yeah. I said, that looks so cool. can I get a picture of that? And he's like, no. So anyway, Sarah says, I'll show you the inside coloring pages sometime because I most likely would wind up in Facebook jail if I posted them. Yeah, I suspect you would be. So I'm looking forward to returning to your bedroom, Sarah. And Nick Tucker says, I miss conventions. Oh, dude. Here's an idea. Sometimes I can use some help. If it wouldn't be too much, maybe we could you could work a con with me. I can't pay you or anything. I'm not that sexy yet, but I'm getting there. Michaela Jade says, good question, Nick. Yeah, seriously, it is. And Sarah, a new variant other than Delta. Not surprised there is one. More surprising that I got behind on the updates. It is Omicron, and it is based out of I think Southern Africa right now. Over the weekend, the United States and many European nations imposed travel restrictions on that region of Africa because cases of this variant have shown up in Europe and Africa and a little bit in Asia, I believe. The Center for Disease Control, through Dr. Anthony Fauci, did release a statement saying, or not the CDC, but Dr. Fauci and the CDC or the World Health Organization were all saying it probably is in the United States already. We just don't have any reported cases of it yet. Same with Great Britain, which has had some really serious problems. Germany right now, I believe it is on total lockdown again, like we were less than a year ago. So, round 3. So yeah, there is a new one. It's called Omicron, and it was an interesting article because they actually they were going to name it. They named the last one Delta. I don't want to get the Omega one, but it's like, but they skipped 2 of the Greek letters to go to Omicron because the World Health Organization that names the variant diseases did not want to use. One was NU. And they didn't want to call it the new variant, although it is. They thought there could be some confusion with that. And then the other one was XI. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not very good at my Greek lettering. Anyway, but it could have been taken as some sort of comment. They were worried, the World Health Organization was worried about how it could relate to the Chinese, and especially all the hoopla about where this could have started and all. So they decided to skip that particular conversation. Good on you, WHO. And just went straight to Omicron. So we're in the Omicron phase now. And Damian Waldron experimenting. Oh, that's what college is for, my friend. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Good morning to you, Damian. And your lovely wife, Warren. And Michaela J. Nick, an answer for you. I've stopped wasting time on things that don't work. I have a couple new things to try. Ooh la la. And wah. Cough, cough. Yeah. So that's our theme around here, spreading the love and the germs. Although we practice responsible coffee drinking. And I got an email for StreamYard Essentials for $10 a month. I guess I'm going to have to look into it. Rick, also check out, there might be a sale this weekend. Yeah, and they do have various levels. There's a free level that allows you to get on one channel and minimal hoopla, but it is easy to use. And Rick, if you want a tour sometime, we can set up an appointment. I've got, you set up a new studio for every show, but I have a couple of spare studios that I use for instruction, and one's kind of a hangout for those of us, some of us on the Thursday show. But I think I sent Jody the link for it, although I'm rarely, we rarely use it. But anyway, I could give you a tour of what I have the deluxe, the pro version. And I can get up to 8 different places, including Twitter, LinkedIn, and Twitch. And I can give you the full tour here of what I can do with it. And the difference is, the $10 one allows you to, let me show you, pardon me, everyone. I'm going to show Rick something here. This is the default setting. And let me take this down here. Okay, there we go. The default setting, if you see in the upper left and the lower right, StreamYard Live Show. But when you get the $10 version or the $40 Pro version, you can do this. And you can replace it with this, which I don't use very often. I probably should. And you get a little more variety on all the things you can do here. Now my listing looks like a real mess, but anyway, this is just some of the stuff you can do here. Just a thought, but Rick, we can talk about that. And Brian R. just placed my order. Excellent. We have helped Cyber Monday. You're going to love it, Molly. It is a super, super comic. And it is good because people are already nagging Brian about issue 2. So that's a good sign. So anyway, and Facebook user, would this be Teresa Dunn? Teresa, good morning to you. I hope so. And good morning to you. And good morning to Cindy Cap, CKOEPP.com. And today is Cyber Monday. So please check out her books on Amazon and on bearpublications.com. And buying up the reindeer chow, that is me. And keeping up with Rudolph, rocking with Rudolph all weekend, that's me. You can go get my stuff at Amazon or on Smashwords. And training the reindeer, you have to get an extra big newspaper, that bad Rudolph, bad Donner, not in the corner. Anyway, check it out, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockard with gaming and weaponry galore. Molly Daniel says, when they lasered me for glaucoma, I took 8 shots of tequila to calm me down. Got through it, but I was giggling in relief and drunk texting a friend afterwards. Well, there's my excuse. I'll just go in with like a bottle of Cabo Wabo, and Doc, you can remove my appendix for all I care. Here we go. Sarah says, my mom used to have to get injections in her eyeballs. My father-in-law just got one for his ailment. You couldn't get me to have that done. What you said reminded me of that. Hey, no, it reminds me of a line from, or a sequence in The Number of the Beast by Robert Heinlein. And they have this spaceship. Two couples are going in the spaceship, and the one lady who's a doctor says, I have everything I need here. I have like a heart scanner, an x-ray machine. I have surgical equipment, sterilization stuff. I even have an enema kit in there. And her husband says, you are missing one thing. And she's like, hey, I can give you an enema if you ever need it. He said, you're missing one item, though. You're missing 4 strong men to hold me down while you try that. Anyway, Molly Daniel says it's already in Canada. I heard that either last night or this morning. Oh, it must have been I checked it out late yesterday afternoon. It might be a new thing. I'm not surprised, which is one of the reasons I want to get the booster shot as fast as possible. And teaching reindeer to fly, that would be John Pica. He's doing all kinds of magic. Check out his new book, Night Reich, and check out johnpica.com and the back of the Cereal Box Network, because it's cool. And Omicron sounds like a transformer, doesn't it, though? And Z, okay, I wondered what that was. I know it's something like that in Chinese. So thank you, Donna, Carly, Carlene. See, I learned stuff here. You guys are so smarter than me. And they should have just named it Jerry. Yeah, and then Seinfeld's career is over. I'm telling you, there's things to worry about. And the dastardly dingoes are chasing the reindeer, and they're making Chad Nuss clean up after it. Check out that broadcast tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And I'm going to try to remember to look up the newest info on COVID. Yeah. Check out your Illinois, and most states have a dashboard that will keep you up on your all you need to know about COVID. And you might also check your local media, which with you might be WEIU, the PBS station down there, but you're also close to WAND. In fact, I could probably check that too. This is for Sarah now, so please bear with me. There we go. WAND TV and enter. WANDTV.com, Sarah. And yes, there are more Omicron cases pop up as world rushes to learn more. And anyway, we'll look at that later. There is stuff. Yeah, okay, it just came up. The Hague, Netherlands cases of the Omicron variant of the coronavirus popped up in countries on opposite sides of the world Sunday, and many governments rushed to close their borders, even as scientists caution it's not clear if the new variant is more alarming than other versions of the virus. The variant was identified days ago by researchers in South Africa and still is not much known about. Whether it is more contagious, more likely to cause serious illness, or more able to evade the protection of vaccines. But many countries rushed to act, reflecting anxiety about anything that could prolong the pandemic that has killed more than 5 million people. Israel decided to bar entry to foreigners. Morocco said it would suspend all incoming flights for 2 weeks starting Monday. And scientists in several places from Hong Kong to Europe have confirmed its presence. The Netherlands reported 13 Omicron cases on Sunday. Australia found 2. And noting that the variant has already been detected in many countries and that closing borders often has limited effect, the World Health Organization called for frontiers to remain open. So there's no data, according to the National Institute of Health here in the U.S. There's no data yet that suggests the new variant causes more serious illness than previous COVID-19 variants. They do think it is more contagious when you look at how rapidly it spread through multiple districts in South Africa. It has the earmarks, therefore, of being particularly likely to spread from one person to another. What we don't know is whether it can compete with Delta. This Dr. Francis Collins said on CNN's State of the Union. Everyone should should redouble their efforts to use the tools already everyone has, including vaccinations, booster shots, and measures such as mask wearing. And Dr. Collins said, I know for America, you're really tired about hearing these things, but the virus is not tired of us. So, yeah, there's more and more on it, but that's on excuse me, Sarah, WANDTV.com. That's for you, hon. We try to help here. Anyway, and catching reindeer up on nerd culture. Ryan Permisson is keeping those reindeer hip, if you know what I mean. And Skunkrocker, they should just go ahead and name it excuse me. They should just go ahead and name it the mother. Okay, there we go. And the Skunk Rocker says maybe then some people will take this disease seriously. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna do it, Carl. Don't worry. I'm good. Oh, that's right. I gave Carl the power to mute me. Oh crap. When Carl was hosting the show, I made him an admin on this page. He can mute me. Oh no. Cindy kept making small desks for reindeer publishers. Check out From the Desk with a Small Press Publisher every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. It is a great show. We had a good time on Saturday night. And we shared a lot of good information on legality and made it fairly painless. Editing documents for reindeer. Those little things can't type worth a damn with those hooves. But anyway, check out Amy Hale. She's not only a very talented author, she is also extending her abilities to format your book and to edit it. And if she brings half the moxie that she uses on her own stuff, you are going to have a glorious result. So check out Amy Hale, authoramyhale.com, and Amy Hale on Amazon, and author Amy Hale on Facebook. Sarah says, hilarious, Skunk. We should have the naming rights. There we go. And good morning, Teresa Dunn. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. And Reindeer Chase Michaela here to get Dragons a Syndicate. I'm glad you guys got the transfer made. Yeah, and Cindy, Michaela and I were talking over the weekend. You know what should have happened was we should have taken over the event for Jen if she would have let us. That way it still would have happened. Although I had a great weekend. I hope you guys did too. And helping reindeer write poetry, that's Teresa Dunn's job. Check her out, 2 volumes of poetry expressions on Amazon. Just so everyone knows, marriage is like a stroll in the park. Jurassic Park, says Joe Dog McKeel, but I still love her. She's an adorable lady. I love her too, Joe Dog. And writing reindeer games. That's what the Historical Fencing Guild does. And also check out the Historical Fencing Guild every Friday night at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time on YouTube and the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And had to post that because she is now listening. Oh, there's Joe Dog, living on the edge. If you're not living on the edge, then you're taking up too much room, says Joe Dog. And thank you for posting your disclaimer, Joe Dog, says the Skunk Rocker. And Damien Waldron, speaking of stores we don't live by, I'm looking for a Buc-ee's connection. I need their jerky and beaver nuggets. Who couldn't use a good beaver nugget every now and then? Anyway, and have a great weekend, Brian, and all creative. Hey, and thank you very much, Facebook user. I hope you have a great week too. Good to see you. And Cindy, is Animal Eye number 2 out yet? My daughter really enjoyed number 1. Nope. And Cindy kept says, keeping reindeer supplied with comics, comic-related madness. Please check out. They just had CromCon over the weekend, and lots of good stuff was said. So you all want to check that out on the repeat, and they'll probably be talking about it today. Pops Fans Ant usually has a very vigorous Monday agenda of broadcasting. And Cindy Kemp is hybridizing reindeer at the Please check out that great comic book. And we should name the variants in wingdings at this point. Sarah, I'm with you. We should. Because it will conceal how I truly feel about them. And received all the copies of Animal Eye for all the reindeer at bearpublications.com, where you can pick up swag for Animal Eye as well. And just learned my mom's facility had someone test positive. Oh, hope it's not in her section. Oh, I hope not either. Molly, please keep us posted. And Ted Davies Artistry. Damien is with a beaver nugget. Actually, I'm good. I don't want to know. Oh, you do too. You vixen, you do. You want to know what a beaver nugget is. I do too. I want pictures. And City Gap says containing the flying monkeys so they don't annoy the reindeer. Comicsology, where you can also get the work of Joe D. McPhee on Amazonia and other great comics. But check out Eric S. Hawkins and the Zombie for World of Oz. I love that comic. And Searching for Reindeer in Kentucky, that's what Remelian does. She's got her the Kentucky brown coats there. We love you, Remelian. Mwah, in case you're watching. And Sarah, oh, thanks for looking it up for me. For real, you don't have to do that, but thank you so much. Well, it was information I think we all need to have. So, because I want to keep my Nevermorians alive. You know, if we keep this going, it'll just be us. We could be in control. I'm telling you. And Damien Waldron, a glorious treat made by Truck Stop Beavers, Ted. Glad you asked. Suddenly my appetite for I've seen Truck Stop Beavers, and my appetite for them is now abated. Anyway, because then you get building a new Stormgate to contain reindeer. That's Stormgate Press. Check out Pulp Realities number 1 and 2, number 3 coming up, and I'm booking to be in number 4. And Truck Stop Beavers, what a great, yeah, that is a great band name, Ted Davies Artistry. That really is, Truck Stop Beavers. I like that. And don't make me come into that studio, Brian. Carl, I'm behaving, all right? I'll turn this van around right now. I'm sure he will. I stopped. I just read a news article, okay? Sharing info. I didn't editorialize. And until they get the virus, they will not take it seriously, and even then some won't. Yeah. That's the problem. This is a problem. Some people are not taking this seriously. And the next COVID variant will be named the first 4 Black Sabbath albums. Yeah. Maybe if they start naming it like war, pestilence, plague, maybe we'll finally get them to take it seriously. And COVID can also go to animals, so I can't volunteer to walk the dogs as a volunteer at the animal shelter. Found out that due to this, the animals are affected by this too. Going to take my Vax card and see if that makes a difference. I need to read all my comments before I hit send. Oh dear. And Cindy Cap says, and now I'm out of break long before I ran out of links. Toss some extra reindeer chow to your host. Yum, yum. And hashtag bring cookie home. Sign up for the Rising Tide newsletter, which is at this address here, risingtide.pub, newly redesigned by the amazing Damien Waldron, who also redesigned Cindy's site at ckoepp.com. You can sign up for my newsletter. The next issue will go out in 2 days at 5 p.m. Eastern. So please, if you sign up by then, there is a link there where you'll be able to find it easily, thanks to Damien, where you can sign up for my monthly newsletter. And we've got 2 really cool, if you like vampires, that's one of the secret links this month. We've got Caitlin Doherty back, and then I found another really fun secret link and a good quote, and just keeping you up on what we do. And anyway, Cindy Kemp continues. If you belong to my newsletter list, that was a discount code for buying stuff from my webpage, and if you're on my Patreon account, you get a code for a bigger discount. Definitely check out Patreon, because I'm giving it a lot of love these days, and so is Cindy. She's amazing. We love you, Cindy. And the art for Animal Eye #2 is done, but not off to the printer yet. And yes, if we could have run it, that would have been cool. And Sergeant Art for 76 on Facebook for some vintage cartooniness, the artwork of Bill Sarton, where everything old is new again. And struggling to brain this morning, says Sarah. Sarah, I know I'm not doing a real good job of it either, which is why I need your comments to keep going. But anyway, while Sarah is firing up her synapses, let's see, who shall we promote here? Who shall we promote? I know, she has been such a darling. Definitely the one, the only Cindy Kep.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Cindy Kep, CKOEPP.com. Great newsletter, great writer. Please check her out. Check out her Patreon page at www.patreon.com/CKOEPP. Anyway, thank you, Cindy, for being here. We love you, hon. And Sarah goes, huh? What about vampires? Yes, we have got a link to a story about vampires in one of the secret links this month at my newsletter. So if you're signed up for it, you can get it. If you're not signed up for it, you have to look for it. And sputtering synapses is more like it. Okay, I get those every morning. That's why I drink so much coffee. But yeah, and we've got another. I can't remember what the second one was, but you'll have to sign up for my newsletter at risingtide.pub to find out. And definitely check. And if you signed up for a while back and you haven't gotten it, please check your spam filter for one thing. We might be winding up in there. Secondly, sign up again. Sometimes that helps because that's what I'll have to do if I have to include your name. But or use an alternate mail service. Like I have a Gmail account, I have a Hotmail account, and I don't check the Gmail account that often, but Hotmail acts up occasionally. So between the two of them, I get all my messages. So anyway, and we are now caught up with your comments. And I'd like to thank everyone who gave this a reaction. The love from Cindy Kep, Brian Rodman, Mike Jimmy, Lorcia DeBruin, Ryan Permison, Rick Bradley, and Clyde Hall. And the likes from author Michaela Jade and Mark Lerner. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. If you're watching me right now on Facebook, on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network or the Rising Tide Publications page, or Kathy Jackson's books, please give us a like. Just hit that little like button. It costs you just a second of your life, but it'll extend it by at least 45 minutes. Science has proven this. But anyway, and if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. Hit that little bell when you're done. Ding, 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 ding. So you get notified of all of our broadcasts coming up. And check out our daily show, BK Minutes. And anyway, Rick Bradley is signing off for us. Everyone take care and stay creative. Rick, glad you're here, brother. Glad to see you. Love you. Have a great day. And I am signing for your newsletter. I forgot to use email facepalm. Love you to the abyss and back always. Sarah, I'm trying to take care of you as best as I can. So yeah, check it out. It'll be the first secret link in this month's newsletter. And well, it sounds like somebody wants to go feed Cookie, so don't I feed Cookie. Skunk Rocker, as you command, so shall it be. So yeah, I think we will call it at this point. And yes, good show. Everyone have a good week. Thank you, Carl. And Carl, again, thank you so much for Friday. You run a great show. If I ever get hit by the meteor, I want you to take this over. And you can have Skunk as your co-host. I think that'd be lively. And Skunk Rocker says, and please everyone go check out my friend's Mythos stuff on Itch.io, because she really would appreciate it. And I would really appreciate it, because that's what the Rising Tide is all about. Skunk gets it. Skunk totally gets it. And I will check it out. I promise I will. Today's artistry. Have a great day. All Thursday's premiere for Comics Unlimited is rescheduled. Okay, want to talk to me about it? Let me know what that is. And put it on the Rising Tide public page. All right, Ted, if you're going to be part of the network, please use it. And Skunk Rocker, when more of my friends have more things to offer, I will post more links. Thank you, Brian, for giving me permission. Skunk, I'm proud to do it, man. And if you're helping your friends, you're helping all of us in the creative community. So feel free. All right, my man. And thanks, BKM, and everyone. Have a great, successful, safe day. You too, Ted. Love you, man. And love and creativity to all. And bring Cookie home. I'm working on it. And Scott Crocker says, in the words of the great wobbly python, when it comes to art, just post. Just post. Yes, definitely. Just post. Let people know about it. And Sarah says, I don't think I can help myself from the non-braining this morning. We'll work you through it, Sarah. We haven't lost a patient yet, so we're good. And with that, we are going to take our leave of you this day. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the show. And we hope you pay attention after the show's over. We're going to run some spots from some of our supporters, as we do every Monday. And please check them out, because they've got some great things to offer, especially Plasma Fire Graphics, who sponsored this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Jeffrey Hayes is one of those names in the new pulp community where when I told several friends that the Terrors is going to have a Jeffrey Hayes cover, they go, ooh, really? Good for you. And if you want people to say, ooh, good for you when you announce your book, then you need to get a hold of plasmafiregraphics.com. Check out their Facebook page. Check out their web page at Plasmafire. I keep wanting to say risingtide.pub. But it's plasmafiregraphics.com. Check out his amazing work. Then ask for his rates and all the services he provides. He is an amazing creator, and you'll be glad he's working for you. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers. And also thank you to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, a group of like-minded broadcasters who are helping each other rise and build their broadcast communities. Check us out. The rest of the day, we've got the day off from us, and you have the day off from us, rather. And then tomorrow, Ted Davies will be talking at 10 a.m. Eastern with Lacey Lemke, author, model, and all-around wonderful lady. And then tomorrow night will be the Dastardly Dingoes. Brian, Chad, and Jeremy will be talking about something to somebody about someone. But anyway, it's always a great show. Lots of laughs, lots of information, and you're going to dig those three guys, because I sure do. And every day, don't forget to start out your day with a BK Minute, where we talk about creativity and how you can rise in your particular ranks, hopefully using our information. Also, check out shows like Comic Book Spectrum, Thursday nights at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central, with Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, Brian Robin, and myself. And also check out shows like Dr. John, the Original Gangster, on Wednesday afternoons, where he's going to share his drawing information with you. Also, we have podcasts by Keisha Acuff and George Soroy that you will definitely enjoy. So please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and please sign up for our Facebook page. Also, please sign up for our Patreon page. Our sincerest thanks to our Patreon supporters who are helping keep this show on the air and growing. We appreciate each and every one of you. But in result of their financial support, they get special stuff the rest of the community doesn't get to see, like a weekly blog called Every Blog Deserves a Name. Sneak peeks at works in progress. We're almost done with the Terrors. They're getting to see the first draft of it, and it turned out pretty good, so I'm glad to show it. So anyway, they also get mentioned on our show. So if you want to see your name here, check out our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And also, we will be back Wednesday morning with a brand new episode of Nevermind the Furthermore, with more falderall and good stuff. And we hope you have a great Monday. And everyone, take care of yourselves. Please look out for each other. We're not out of the woods yet. I'm stopping, Carl. Anyway, everyone, have a fantastic Monday. We will see you soon. We'll see you Wednesday on another live Nevermind the Furthermore. And until we see each other again, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great Monday, everyone. We will see you soon. We'll see you Wednesday, in fact, at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central for another Never Mind the Furthermore. Have a great Monday, everyone.
Welcome to Never Mind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Secrets. Trust. Worth. The bond between souls, intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.